there, students, and welcome to the second part in reported speech. Now we are going to study how we can report a question and how we can report a request. Okay, and then we are going to do some practice. So let's start with questions. So in questions we have two types. We have WH questions, which means questions with WH words. For example, where do you live? And yes no questions. Do you like action films? Okay, and these are questions that have yes or no as possible answers. So let's start with WH questions. He asked me, why don't you speak English? Why don't you speak English? Okay, so we used why, and why asks for reason, right? So in order to report this question, we can say, he asked me why I didn't speak English. Okay, why I didn't speak English. So let's see the changes that we did. The first thing, it's the same changes as in reporting statements. Same changes. If you notice, the tense became one, like we did one step back in time, and also we changed the pronoun, but we kept the WH word. We kept the WH word and the question stayed as it is. Okay, but we made it indirect. Okay, it is a question but in an indirect way. He asked me why I didn't speak English. If you notice here, we put a period, not a question mark. So let's take an example. He asked me, where is my book? Where is my book? Okay, let's report this question. It becomes, he asked where his book was. So here we have my, and it became here his. Okay, because we do every change possible in order to keep the agreement between the components of the sentence, because we have here he. Okay, so we have to put here his. Okay, because it is not my book, it is his book that we are talking about. And of course we keep the WH word. It is very easy. So this is all about WH questions. So it's same changes, just remember to keep the WH word and the question to be indirect. So let's move on to yes no questions. So he said, do you speak English? Do you speak English? What would you say if somebody asked you this question? You would say, yes, I do, or no, I don't. This is why we call it a yes-no question, as I have just explained. In order to report this question, we can say, he asked whether or if, okay, not both, just one, this one, or this one, okay? So whether or if I spoke English. Okay, so we just used whether or if because it is a yes no question. So let's take an example. He asked me, do you like ice cream? Do you like ice cream? I can say yes, I do like ice cream, or no, I don't like ice cream. So in order to report this question, I can say, he asked me if or whether I liked ice cream. Okay, so just remember to use whether or if and drop the helping verb. Drop it, because this helps us to ask question, and here we try to make the question indirect. This is why we put here a period, not a question mark. So this is all about yes no questions. It is very easy. Now we move on to talk about requests and how we can report them. So here we have 3 requests. Please don't smoke. Would you mind coming early? And could you help me? So let's try to report these requests. The first one, please don't smoke, becomes he asked me not to smoke. He asked me not to smoke. And the second one, would you mind coming early? He asked me to come early. And the third, could you help me? Becomes he asked me to help him. Okay, if you notice in these reported requests, we used subject plus asked. Okay, plus asked. And that is the form. We just use asked to plus the infinitive. Okay, so ask me to come, ask somebody to do something. Okay, would you mind opening the window? He asked me to open the window. It is very easy. Good. So now it is time for some practice. Report the following. Report the following. So here we have a mixture of statements, questions, and requests, and your job is to report them. So here, in this point, I want you to pause the video until you do the exercise and then get back to see the correction. She said, so let's correct the first one. She said, could you close the window, please? This is what? This is a request. Okay, so how can we report this? I can say she asked me to close the window. Okay, she asked me to close the window. Here, even if we have said, it's better to use asked so it'll be clearer that we are talking about request. Okay, because ask to plus infinitive is as a sign that we are reporting a request. Very good. Let's move to the second. He said, I was writing the lesson. He said, I was writing the lesson. So that is a statement, and in order to report it, we can say, he said that he had been writing the lesson. Okay? Because here we have past continuous, and if we went one step back in time in tenses, we can say had been writing, which is past perfect continuous. She says, I work hard. That's what? A statement. And it becomes, she says that she works hard. Okay, no change. Why? Because here the reporting verb is in simple present. So this is why we didn't change the tense, but we didn't forget to change the pronoun and to add s, because we are talking here in third person singular. So the next one. They said, we will go to the market. And here we have what? We have a modal verb. So they said they would go to the market. We changed the modal verb. Next one. He said, you must do your homework. You must do your homework. And again, we have the modal verb must. So obligation. So you must do your homework. In order to report this, we can say, he said that we had to do our homework. Had to. Okay, so must becomes had to. The next sentence, Nabil said, would you mind passing the milk? So what is this? This is a request. Okay, so we can say, Nabil asked me to pass the milk. Nabil asked me to pass the milk. Then, the next one, he said, what's your favorite color? What is your favorite color? Here, we used what? So this is what? A WH question. And how are we going to report this? We'll say, he asked me what my favorite color was. Okay? I just made the question indirect and made the same changes as in the statements and kept the WH word. So for the last one, he said, do you speak Spanish? So it becomes, he asked me if or whether I spoke Spanish. I hope that you have got all the answers right, that you have reported everything correctly, and I'm sure you did. And this is the end of the lesson. I say take care of yourselves and see you in the next lesson.